What is going on, everybody? I am your host, Slackerz. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the next matchup in the Ultimate Smash Bros. DLC tournament. So, if you haven't seen this, just a quick rundown of how this works and how you can participate if you feel like you want to, and you're more than welcome to. So, it is a tournament, and then, obviously people, if you know anything about tournaments, obviously people get eliminated once you lose, and that's kind of what this whole thing is. We're pretty far into the tournament at this point, but basically, each day that I can, as long as there's a matchup to upload, I will have one of those matches on the channel. And then how the matches work, I will talk about both the characters that are in the matchup for the day. So I just try to make a case why either one of the characters might make a bit of sense for Smash DLC. So again, keep in mind, this tournament is just for fun. It's just a place, like, if a character you like happens to be in the match for the day, it's pretty much just, alright, swing by, maybe just drop a little bit of support for a character you like. That's pretty much all it is. Nintendo doesn't watch this, alright, they don't care about any of this, so all the rules, it don't matter. The tournament is just for fun, alright? But the rest of the rules, though, it is actually probably one of the other more important rules. One vote per person. One vote per person. That's always been a rule, and it always will be a rule. So, the rest of the rules, though, it's a double elimination tournament. Character has to lose 2 times before being officially eliminated. If there's ever a tie in the voting when we get to the results, I'll flip a coin on camera. It's just the best and fairest way to break any tie. And then each matchup, for voting-wise, it gets cut off after 1 week. So, it's only a 1-week voting period, so anything that comes in after that doesn't get counted. So, and then voting, how do you vote if you want to participate? Very simple. Type your answer down in the comments. So today's matchup is Waluigi taking on Spyro. So you vote for one of those two. You can vote for both. Totally fine. That's also always, well, not always, but it's a rule. So if you want to vote for both, totally fine. So those are your options. So with all that out of the way, let's go over the result from last week, which was a loser bracket matchup. So somebody's about to get eliminated today, and it was the matchup of Crash Bandicoot taking on one of the more surprising characters in the tournament. I was going to say surprising surprises now. Pura Nikos from the Ruby series, the origin, or the YouTube show thing, original thing, blah, blah, blah. Alright, I don't think anyone's going to be surprised at this outcome at all. Oh, it really wasn't even close. Really wasn't even close. Crash ended up winning this one. Crash won 70 votes to just 10. So congrats to Crash for moving on for at least one more matchup, which he will be back to in tomorrow's video. So talk about that at the end of this video. But congrats to Crash. But Pura has been eliminated from the tournament. So, alright, that is what it is. So let's go to the matchup for the day. Like I mentioned a bit earlier, Waluigi taking on Spyro. So, again, keep in mind, this tournament's just for fun. Just for fun. So, let's start off with Spyro, right? I don't think anyone's going to argue. I don't think anyone will argue that Spyro, in the history of gaming, has a very big following. Has been a cultural kind of phenomenon in a way. Spyro and Crash, I always kind of group them together because, well, if you bring up one, odds are you're going to bring up the other, or somebody's going to counter you with the other character. So, Crash and Spyro kind of, go together. Both owned by Activision. Both were considered, Sony's top mascots in the late 90s, early 2000s. They were at the very top echelon of gaming in terms of recognizability and popularity and just games sold and just all that sort of stuff. So Spyro has a tremendous legacy in gaming. Been around for, 20 plus years now. Had multiple games spanning over multiple systems, not just Sony, but it's had games on Nintendo consoles. We got the Reignited trilogy. Did that just come out yesterday? Or if it didn't come out yesterday, it's coming out very soon. I don't know. I'm not planning to get it, so I don't know the actual hard release date for the Switch version, but it is coming out. The Reignited trilogy is going to be on the Switch, so that's pretty cool. And now, oh man, we have the Nintendo Direct later today. Nintendo Directs always happen to drop when I'm at work. I can never make I'd like to do a reaction video, but I just never can because, like I said, I'm at work. But anyway, so Spyro, it's one thing Nintendo could do. Hey, Spyro Reignited trilogy is on the Switch. Oh yeah, guess what? We have one more announcement. trailer plays, and then all of a sudden, boom, Spyro's in Smash Bros. I mean, look, you could tie the two in together. Marketing and just all that sort of stuff, get more eyes on the character, generate a lot of hype and a lot of buzz, which Spyro would do. People will buy the character. And I've said this about many other characters, but Spyro is definitely one of these characters that a lot of people are waiting for, maybe just a specific character to get into the Fighter Pass. And that will be enough for them to buy the entire Fighter Pass if they haven't already. So it is really cool. He's one of those characters that, you know, if it gets announced, if he happens to get playable in Smash Bros., yeah, a lot of people would be happy. Sure, there'd be quite a few people that might be like, I would have preferred Crash instead, but Spyro's fine. I'm one of the people. I always said this. I prefer Crash over Spyro, but if Spyro gets in over Crash, I'm not going to argue because Spyro would just be a fantastic addition. I just had a Would Spyro Make Sense for Smash DLC video last week. Made a lot of points about potential moveset, and if you haven't checked that out, I hope I remember. Maybe I'll put a link to that in the description if you want to go check that out if you haven't seen it. But yeah, I made a lot of good points about his history, potential moveset, just everything about the character. Why he just really makes sense. He's got the cartoonish style. And just everything. It'd be really cool to finally see, you know, Mario versus kind of Spyro, or just, you know, other gaming legends facing off against Spyro for the first time. It'd be so cool. I mean, what better place than Smash, am I right? So, yeah, Spyro, good character. Would love to see it. But not more than my next character. Yeah, you know, Waluigi gets my vote. As always, he's my number one want. Has been my number one want since the Brawl days. Since pre-Brawl days, you know, before we've seen the whole roster for Brawl. So, I was about to go into a little backstory about Waluigi and how I was so upset. Never mind, I'm not talking about that. Let's talk about Wally, why maybe he could make sense for DLC. The biggest point that I'd like to kind of argue for his case is around the time Nintendo was coming up with the DLC, the whole Waluigi controversy. Oh, why is he an assist trophy again? You know, 3 straight games. This is, you know, then we had all the uproar over it. Yes, he was his character made the most uproar at Nintendo headquarters, at just all over. It was the only assist trophy, you know, it was the only kind of like big negative thing that really got mainstream attention. Shadow did not. Isaac, a little bit to an extent. But Skull Kid, not really. I mean, all these assist trophies, and Waluigi was the one to generate the most buzz. I mean, we heard about the people that were being extremely rude on Twitter. Never do that. Don't do that. We heard about all these people dressing up at conventions just to support Waluigi. And they weren't even causing a ruckus. They were people just marching around saying, we want Waluigi playable in Smash. There's nothing wrong with that if you're not doing anything, you know, bad with it. There's nothing wrong. So, plus I want this amiibo. I know he has his own amiibo, but I want a Waluigi Smash amiibo. I'm just saying. But, character-wise, again, going back to Nintendo's point, or my point about maybe Nintendo putting him in as DLC. So they're picking DLC, right? And this whole Waluigi controversy is going on. Nintendo knows they're going to do DLC for Smash. Now, what were the chances that Nintendo potentially said, all right, we know, okay. If you don't know, Nintendo is the one that came up with the list of characters for DLC, and then Sakurai picked the characters off the list that he could create movesets for. Now, that's not just to say that Sakurai is the one that picked the 5. Nintendo maybe could have had their own priorities, and they said, all right, we want this character to happen. You can pick some other characters from this list, but we want this character. So, as an example, Nintendo could have approached Sakurai and said, we want Waluigi to be a playable character for DLC. And why would that make sense? Of course, like I was saying, the whole controversy thing, everybody was, you know, really rallying behind him to be playable finally. It's kind of like he deserves his chance after all this time, keeps getting shunned, being a stupid assist trophy. There's so many characters that honestly do deserve the promotion, not just Waluigi. I'm talking, you know, Wally, Isaac, Shadow, Skull Kid, Crystal. Takamaru, I think, would be a great rep for, you know, kind of a retro sort of vibe. Samurai Goro, I really like the character. Plus F-Zero. Are we ever getting a new F-Zero rep or a new F-Zero game? What's going on with that? There's so many characters that are assist trophies that deserve it. But DLC would be potentially the best time to actually make Waluigi a character in Smash. Why? First of all, DLC, it's optional. This will prove to Nintendo, this will prove to Sakurai, this will prove to whoever that, alright, the fans want him in the game, first of all, because sales, numbers, that's going to mean a lot. Plus the first party, so Nintendo gets all the, all the profit themselves. Plus they already have his character model. They already have animations. They already have voice, noises that he makes. They have all this sort of stuff. Practically, it's already ready. They just have to, obviously do maybe a few more motions for other attacks, depending on what they could come up with. So, DLC, it's just like, hey, all right, fine, he's going to be DLC. Buy him. Prove to us that you want to see him. So maybe if his numbers are really good, that just proves, all right, yeah, I guess people really do want him in the game. So we'll see what happens, though. We shall see what happens. I mean, hey, Nintendo Direct. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we get we should get. Well, okay. I'm not saying we should, but I think there's a good likeliness that we get the Banjo release date. The actual release date, which would be tremendous. I want to play as Banjo so bad. I want Banjo so bad. But hopefully that, and then hopefully we get a teaser for the fourth character, whoever it might be. I'm just excited. There's so many rumors swirling around, and I can't wait. I cannot wait. So tomorrow for me at work, lunch break cannot come soon enough. Or I guess technically today. I'm recording this, I guess it's 2:30 in the morning. But the Direct can't come soon enough for me. So, and I'm sure same with you guys. So, you already know, I've already said it, I'm voting Waluigi. So, let me know who you guys got down in the comments. Either Wally or Spyro or both. Any is fine. But, again, remember, one vote per person. Anyway, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's a little sneak peek for tomorrow. So, like I said, Crash moved on earlier. So, Crash will be in tomorrow's matchup. And then speaking of tomorrow's matchup, we will also get the results of King Boo taking on Pauline. So one of those two Mario reps will be in the matchup for tomorrow. Whoever wins will be facing Crash. Oh! Wait a minute. This just hit me. Wait a minute. Oh my god. I want King Boo to win now. This will be the first actual rematch from this same tournament. If King Boo wins, King Boo will face Crash again. King Boo defeated Crash in the second round of the winner's bracket. Oh, we could get. Oh, I'm excited. I'm always excited to see the results, but now I'm even more excited. We could get a rematch of Crash and King Boo. Woo! Let's see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be good. Today's gonna be great. Nintendo Direct. I'm excited. There's a Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville thing that should be okay. There's a lot. Today's gonna be awesome. Tomorrow's gonna be great. Can't wait. Anyway, let me know who you guys got down in the comments. That's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.